know this is Punsh Boxing, aka Mr. Moonshot himself. Ladies and gentlemen, Keith Thurman is moving on up to the east side of the deluxe apartment of the WBC. Virgil Ortiz having fought. Boots Ennis fought Custio Clayton in the IBF to become mandatory on that side. Keith Thurman ain't fought, but early this year. And he was right behind Virgil Ortiz, pause, and Boots Ennis. Over a sudden, he's number one. The goodness of the politics of the sport of boxing. Is the WBA getting in trouble for this ish? Oh my God, WBC. I don't know. Maybe you trying to steal some type of business model from the WBA. WBA is getting in trouble for all this shit. Who's paying these people off? But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, y'all been following the channel. Subscribe to the channel, smash the like button. I've been saying this for a while. I understand that people want to see Bud Crawford versus Errol the True Spence. That's the #1 priority in the sport of boxing. Not only in the welterweight division, but as the undisputed, but it's a priority in the sport of boxing that this fight needs to happen. But business. Y'all already know that Keith Thurman is a marquee name. Regardless, people lost faith in him. And the momentum, he lost a lot of momentum. You know, a lot of people want to consider Keith Thurman the Derrick Rose of boxing. But he's a marquee name. Pay-per-view star. Well, not pay-per-view star, but he did great pay-per-view numbers with Manny Pacquiao. People going to be like, whoa, that was Manny Pacquiao. Well, you got to understand, look, when Manny Pacquiao did a pay-per-view with Adrian Broner, it was like, what, 400K, almost 400K. And then with Keith Thurman, they almost doubled that. So Keith Thurman brought something to the table, the promotional aspect. Keith Thurman got better numbers, got better pay-per-view numbers than Errol Spence and a Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford is out with PBC. Keith Thurman is the client of Al Heyman. Errol Spence is the client of Al Heyman. So in-house, it makes sense for in-house for these guys that's been marinated longer than any other welterweight matchup fight. And the pay-per-view numbers will probably be the best pay-per-view numbers for Errol the True Spence with Keith Thurman, because you already know Keith Thurman is going to run his mouth and going to promote this as he has one of the best lip in the sport of boxing. Now, there's going to be a lot of people that's mad if this fight comes through fruition. Now, let me tell you like this. Source tells me that the fight with Bud Crawford and Errol Spence is already. You gotta look. Hey, if you want some more information, you gotta become a member. I already said it. A lot of people wanna come with the sources. A lot of people wanna have their predictions about the fight, if it's happening, if it's still in negotiations. My sources tells me this, but just like what happened with Canelo Alvarez and Jamal Charlo, that fight was supposed to happen. It was right there. It was right there signed to happen in Cinco de Mayo, and then the zone came with a pay-per-view model, and then Canelo team decided in the last hour to go with the zone deal. Things happen like this in the sport of boxing. Everything could be set, everything could be good, and then one day, boom, it ain't working, boom. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you like this, whether you like it or not, Keith Thurman versus Errol the True Spence is just as lucrative as Bud Crawford and Errol Spence. Believe it or not. You might not believe it. You might want it more, but lucrative-wise, I'm going to tell you, you will be mad, but you will still pay for Keith Thurman versus Errol the True Spence. And that will be Errol Spence's best fight in his career. Yes. Keith Thurman will be the best fight for Errol the True Spence, aside from Bud Crawford. If Keith Thurman fights Bud Crawford, that will be the best win in the welterweight division. Keith Thurman is the best win for either or career, whether you like it or not. It makes business sense for the PBC. Now, when we're talking about accomplishment, an historic accomplishment, undisputed, no fight should be primary. That no fight is more important than Bud Crawford than Errol the True Spence. We get that. But calm down and understand the business of boxing. This is in-house. This is the client of Al Heyman. It's nobody. I don't need to throw money out there. I don't need to try hard to make a fight. I don't need to negotiate real. This is, and I've been telling y'all folks, aside from the heavyweight, aside from maybe the possibility of Deontay Wilder, Andy Ruiz, Keith Thurman versus Errol the True Spence is the most lucrative fight for PBC. It is what it is. Keith on Tom Thurman got the numbers. Remember, Keith on Tom Thurman, great numbers with Sean Porter, 4 million. CBS, Danny Sue Garcia and Keith Thurman, 5 million. Up to this day, Keith Thurman got the highest views in terms of boxing event. Lomachenko versus Teofimo Lopez, that's 4.2. Before that, it was Keith Thurman and Josecito Lopez. That means that Keith Thurman really got great numbers with the networks, with every network that he has from NBC to CBS to Showtime, Fox, pay-per-view. The best pay-per-view number, aside from the heavyweights, aside from Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, Keith Thurman is in the bill as the best pay-per-view, you know, from this era, you know what I'm saying? Take away from Floyd Mayweather and things of that nature. In the boxing event, aside from the heavyweight, Keith on Tom Thurman got the numbers. It makes business sense. And it seems like the business is working its magic to get Keith Thurman in position that if so happens in the last hour, Errol Spence and Bud Crawford can't happen, Keith Thurman is going to slip in, pause, and get the fight. And it's going to be the biggest fight aside from the heavyweights. Everybody going to pay for it. Everybody going to watch it. And aside from Bud Crawford, is the best fight for Errol True Spence. Because what he been doing, well, he beat Ugas, who beat Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao beat Thurman. But the best one you could say for Errol Spence was Sean Porter. Maybe Kell Brook. But recently, I think it's Sean Porter. The best win for Bud Crawford in the welterweight division, probably Sean Porter. Keith Thurman took that one out, 2016. Time to get that Keith Thurman guy out the way. Errol Spence, I don't know. Let me know what y'all think, ladies and gentlemen. Subscribe to the channel, smash the like button. Love you. God bless, and on to the next.